I'm going to go off a little bit away from Islam. I'm going to talk about Benghazi. Well, it's political, but it's Benghazi. When I was in the Navy, my first posting was in Sicily, Sigonella. And we used to fly patrol craft out of there 140 miles an hour, and it would take about 2 hours and 15 minutes to get to Benghazi. I've been to Benghazi. We had a situation on 9/11. By the way, 9/11 is a very significant date. They blew up the Twin Towers on 9/11. They hit us in Benghazi on 9/11 because 9/11 is a very important date on their calendar. Because when they were back in the 18th or 18th century, I think, they were going after Europe, and they were at the gates of Vienna. They were about to conquer Vienna. And the Polish king, I forget his last name, came out of Poland and brought the Hussars and others with him. They joined with the Europeans, and they defeated the Islamists or the Muslims at the gates of Vienna on 9/11. So that's a date for them to exact revenge. Every opportunity they will do that. We had 4 people killed. There were 30 other people there. We don't know nothing about them yet. It's been a year and a half. None have been able to go and testify to Congress. They're being blocked. They're being intimidated. They're being coerced to keep from telling us the truth about what happened. But there's enough to tell because I worked in embassy security, and I've seen pictures, and I've seen videos, and I've seen reports. They did not have sufficient security there. If I was the security officer, I would have shut that operation down and kicked the ambassador out, and I would have faced the consequence, but I would not have had people die on my watch. They did not provide security for those people. They had reports that bad things are coming. All the other Europeans had closed their offices and gotten out of there. Even the Red Cross and other international organizations said, we're in trouble here. This is a bad situation. And we kept that office open. We had the CIA in there. For whatever reasons, they had been sent in there to gather all the weaponry, or a lot of the weaponry that had gone into Libya during the war to defeat Gaddafi. And Al-Qaeda wanted that stuff. I think there was a system where Obama had been told by somebody to get that done, and he sent the CIA people in there to get the stuff and send it to Syria via Turkey. The ambassador had met with the Turkish ambassador hours before he was killed. A part of that deal was to get all these weapons over there, and apparently the CIA pulled some weapons out. They were the anti-aircraft rockets. And Al-Qaeda wanted those desperately because they wanted to commit all sorts of mayhem with them, and they weren't getting their hands on them, so they exacted their revenge. They killed the ambassador and attacked our facility, killed 3 other people. Other people were injured, and they have been blocked from telling us what happened. We are the taxpayers. We own the government, and our government is not telling us what's going on. I don't know why, but there's something that got to do with Barack Hussein Obama's name and his affiliation. He grew up, he was indoctrinated as a Muslim in Indonesia, and that is what we have to deal with. He has appointed several people from the Muslim Brotherhood to high positions in the Department of Homeland Security, and the Department of Homeland Security is really the Department of Homeland Insecurity. And I'll tell you just one thing. About 8 years ago, the Department of Homeland Security set out to map the American infrastructure. Every water line, every electric line, every sewer line, every road, every bridge, every railroad track, everything we have in the United States, and they put it all into one database. It's at the Department of Homeland Security. Who has access to that? Al-Qaeda. They can hit us anytime they want, any place they want. They hit a power plant here a year ago or several months ago. We didn't even hear about it until just recently it got out. They can hurt us badly at will. And our government is not doing a hell of a lot of anything to protect us from them.